Flory Models daily vlog. Here we are on Wednesday the 9th of September 2015, and for me it's a day of finishing off. So we finished off the Ducati. I have to say, you know, I speak about it a lot during obviously the final reveal about this one, but I've learned so much from this kit. And I've learned far more from this kit than I have done in probably the last two. Even both the Typhoons, you know, it's pretty much standard what I do. This was a complete learning curve doing the gloss work and everything else. And I say about it in the reveal is that sometimes it's great to throw yourself into something that you technically don't really do. And for me, don't do bikes. But with this particular one, it was a case of, right, okay, we're going to have a go at it. We're going to play with and try and master glossing. And I wanted this one to be basically like a showroom finish. And going through the actual build process was pretty straightforward, no problem at all. Obviously, we used different metallizers. So we used AK for the first time in anger, so to speak. And we used the Vallejo acrylic ones as well, put them up on test and did various metal things with them. But we've done that type of thing before. When we got to the gloss work, though, it was a case of, right, okay, how are we going to work at this one? So for this time we used actually automotive paint, so we used Ducati paint and we used 2-pack paint and all the rest of it, and went through the motions of using it. Now normally I have trouble with orange peel, I have trouble with just getting it to settle down and go right, okay? And then when it comes to lacquering, I always have a little bit of an issue with lacquering, trying to get it to look perfect, you know, with that, you know, obviously we're doing scale modeling, everything's a lot smaller and everything else, so just trying to get it as good as we obviously possibly can. So from my point of view, it was like a you know, a real sort of steep learning curve. At this time we're going to try and make it right, okay? But by using a few different techniques that we've picked up this time, I think I've nailed it, because we had no orange peel from start to finish. Lacquering went so well, I even ended up re-lacquering the Hawk completely over it. We dusted this thing down and we just gave it one big heavy coat of lacquer. We experimented using lacquer on clear parts on this one. So what I learnt doing this, I'm now going to be able to use with the rest of my modelling. And I think that's what, you know, is great about the actual hobby. Sometimes you can think, okay, we're going to do something different, do some sci-fi, do something like a bike or a car or whatever. And then I can take what I've learnt now from doing this particular one to my other parts of the hobby. Because to be honest, now I've learnt about lacquering, I'm going to lacquer coat every canopy I do because it gives a beautiful crystal clear finish. And this one we spoke about yesterday, but now it's completely dry and it's rock hard, and I masked over it to see if it was perfect. It is just like using it onto the plastic, okay, but it is so much clearer, especially because we made a complete mess of that canopy before. But now I've come to the, you know, obviously my knowledge base is to a level now where I'm quite happy to do this. So if we were ever going to do a bike again, I know how I'm going to do it. I've learned so much along the way. So when it comes to gloss and lacquering, I'm not going to be frightened of it at all. And that's the great thing about this. As I said, you throw yourself in and away you go. Now part 5 of this is up and it's going to talk about what we've got here. Okay, so we're going to be talking about obviously all the paintwork in it and about the lacquering, and then it will finish off on part 6 with more lacquering and then obviously putting it together. But today I basically got this one done and finished. If I turn this on, it should spin round, and it's all done now. Going through the motions of it, putting it all together, all the little bits and pieces on there, and other little techniques and things about using PVA glue for final assembly on this one and the way it screws together with all these parts and everything else. But I must say I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was one of those things I wanted to do something a little bit different, so we popped it up here and we went through the motions of doing it. But I've learned more than I ever thought I'd ever start off with, that's for certain. So definitely I'll be using what I've learned there for the rest of my modelling, and I must say I really have enjoyed it. So you can see part basically 5 of that one is going to be up on the site now, covers all the gloss work. So if you are just interested in the painting and the glossing, that's definitely the part to see, because that's what we talk about. And then obviously part 6 will be finishing off on the glossing, the decaling, and then we actually gloss coated over the decals as well to make them really embed in, final assembly, and obviously a final reveal videos of it. But really have enjoyed that one. We spoke about it yesterday. Obviously the final part of the voting system is basically going to go up in a minute. So this is what we're going to do. It's going to be one of these guys. So we've got all the different markings down here. I'm posting a poll up on the site now, which will be for the build video for this particular one when we start it next week, and you can pick out exactly what markings you want in. So do you want it in metal finish, do you want it in camo, you know, pick your nation basically, because this is obviously, we've got the NATO one down here and we've got the German one down there as well. So between that, we've even got the US Air Force One in there from the right stuff. We've had loads of deliveries in, so we've got an airbrush coming up on review tomorrow. something we've spoken about. We've got the new Luftwaffe colour set from Vallejo, because they're absolutely fantastic and we love them. And we've got a few kits down here to go through, so I couldn't resist this one. This is the new tool, DC4, although it's known as the C46, 54, sorry, on this particular one. And I've got a photo set to go with that, so that will come up at some point. I really would like to do that one. I do like my old props. Obviously, we were in Canada this year and saw things like that flying around. It was absolutely fantastic. Somebody asked on the actual live show this week, or in the questions and answer, we were talking about obviously 1/72 scale Phantoms. Funnily enough, I had this one on order a couple of weeks and it's just turned up now, so we're going to be having a look at that kit tomorrow as well. So that's obviously a 1/72. We'll see if it is a scaled down version, as I think it is, of actually Academy's fantastic new line of F4s. So what that 1/72, and then maybe not up tomorrow, but it'll be definitely up next week. We've got what some people are saying is awful, others are saying it's not bad, but anyway, it's Trumpeter's de Havilland Sea Hornet. Okay, so this is the NF21 version, 1/48 scale, so it's a Trumpeter going through the old naval series as we make our way through. So that's really it for today. As I say, tomorrow those reviews will be up with you and I'll be up there tomorrow. What I'm going to do is leave you with the video that I shot, doing this up on a close-up from when we finished off the bike today. So until tomorrow everybody, happy modelling and take care.